it. And then if it's very strongly, then we agree like, okay, we won't do this because you're not like, you don't want to.
kind of like diagnose why we feel that way. Because sometimes we're just like, because we don't know something, so we're nervous. But then if I know something about it, or if you know something about it, we're like, oh, then never mind. That's not even a thing.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I was like, yeah, it's actually better because we're actually talking more because we don't have that fear of like rejection or of like, fuck you, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of scarred by Marcus, so we were scarred by a lot of things.
We've been scarred.
We've been scarred. We have scars on our hearts.
But we realized that the constant is me and you, though. Like, especially with that hell day of a trip, we were chill. We were calm.
We were good. We had slight freakouts, but not with each other.
Not with each other. We didn't snap at each other.
Nope.
We weren't mean to each other.
Nope.
We were just literally like snapping at the American Airlines people.
Exactly. I was so mad.
And then I finally broke at, hour 21 or whatever it was, 22.
Yeah, because it was 26 hours from the moment we left Portland to when we got in the hotel.
Okay, so then it took about 4 hours to get there from Miami.
Yeah.
So hour 22 is what broke me.
Yes.
And it wasn't even me being mean to you. It was just like, I want to break that thing right now.
And I'm like, you can't. The glass didn't do anything to you. You cannot break that.
Yeah, that was like a full urge too. That was like, I literally think I'm going to, I envisioned myself doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's why I said it out loud, because I was like, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, let's not
I'm going to get in real trouble.
Get arrested for.
I'm going to get arrested in Miami.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And then, Avon Health would love us so much more.
Yeah, right? Add that to that reel.
My mugshot.
Yeah. Be like, arrest.
Yep.
Well, we made it.
You take a video of them handcuffing me.
Yeah.
Be like, putting me in the car.
Melanie broke a glass and now she's getting arrested.
Yeah.
So,
Property
and we're in
damage,
Miami.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Fuck.
That would be real bad.
See, and that's why I had to say it out loud. People say it out loud. And then a friend or someone nearby will be like, don't do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. That does not sound like fun.
And then you go, oh, yeah. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Let's just go get our car and let's go.
Let's go.
And it was fine. It was fine. It was
we made it.
drive, but we made it. Yeah.
So funny. Okay.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Okay. I got it all set up. We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I'll cast down.
We just got our blood work done.
Yeah, we did.
And our doctors asked us, what are we doing to have such great blood work?
Yeah. And you know what we told them?
ProCare!
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we told them we take ProCare every day because they have a multivitamin that you can just take one a day.
Yes, exactly. They have a capsule and a chewable form. And not only do they have vitamins, but they also have calcium chews.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're so delicious. It's like our own little sweet treat for the end of the night.
It really is, because they have the dark chocolate and they have the cinnamon roll.
Yes, and I love the salted caramel and the dinner mint.
Alrighty, we'll go to procarenow.com
and use code OSLP at checkout to save some money. You guys ask us all the time, what is our favorite protein powder?
Yeah, literally, we see this question every day.
And the answer is always
Devotion! Yeah. Oh my goodness. I even use it this morning to make my own sweet treat for nighttime, because it's just a brownie batter pudding. And you literally just use 1 scoop and then milk or water.
And then I use it every morning in my coffee. It's so delicious. Oh my God. I want one right now thinking of it.
Seriously, it's 20 grams of protein. So go get yours now at devotionnutrition.com.
And use code OSLP to save some money.
Welcome back, OSLP family! Welcome.
You are listening to our Sleeve Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
I am so excited because it is just us.
It's just us.
It's just us today.
It feels kind of weird.
It feels super weird.
Waiting for someone to pop off.
I know. We do not get to do it like just us and like as much as we'd like to.
No, it's
especially after this month.
After this, like May Day is a real thing. Because like May Day is also like,
flowers and shit.
No, it's like the war and everything.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh.
Yeah. So it's a bad thing.
Carrie and the girls always bring me flowers
on May Day.
Yeah, they bring flowers for everybody.
It's like in memories of people. Huh. At least I thought. I could be wrong.
I think it's like a spring thing.
May Day?
Yeah, because like May Day polls. Have you ever seen that where they have the ribbons and they go around the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's May Day.
Hold on, I'm going to pull. What is May Day?
What is May Day?
And everybody's like, guys yelling at the thing what May Day is. But yeah, May's been hell, so we haven't recorded anything. No Patreon episodes, no one-on-one episodes. It's literally just been recordings with people.
Yes, because Mel has been going through the ringer this month with Eric, and he is doing much better. Much better. Much better. So we are very happy, and we are good with everything that's going on. So it's just everything's taking a little bit longer. Because I don't want to mess. I don't want to give Mel more than she can handle.
Right? No more stress.
Yes.
I also don't want to be a blubbering mess on here.
Yes.
As well.
Well, I mean, you can.
Like crying helps.
It does help.
I've gotten a lot of cries out.
It does help.
And if I cry in here, I cry in here. But I also don't want to like come on and be like,
yeah, I get it. But
it's all good.
It's good.
It's good. So May Day is a European festival of ancient origins, making the beginning of summer. You usually celebrate on the 1st of May.
Okay.
Around halfway between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. Festivities may also be held night before, known as May Eve.
Oh, all right. So it is flowers and shit.
It is flowers and shit. I'm thinking D-Day.
Summer. Oh, that's okay. That makes sense.
D-Day. That's the World War II one.
Okay.
Around that.
Right. Well, now that we've figured out what May Day is, we want to remind you guys that we have the coolest event.
Yeah, the best event ever.
Yes, because it's hosted by us.
That's right. And it's about you guys.
It's all about the bariatric community, no matter what platform you're on, no matter where you are in your journey, pre-op, post-op, thinking about it, like no matter where you are.
Yep.
It is celebrating our community.
That's right. That's right.
And the gloriousness, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to go with it. Gloriousness of
because we need to shine the light over here because they all hear that stupid, my cousin's friend's daughter died from the surgeries. And it's like, how about we shine the light of, hey, people don't die over here all the time. Like there actually has really big success stories.
There are. And it's not fair. No. It's not fair that we get stigmatized all the time by this life-changing, life-altering surgery that can help you live longer. Yeah. It's not, it's a surgery, but you get this whole new life when you're on the other side.
You do. You 100%
and so we want to celebrate all of that. And so I'm sure you guys have already heard several times, but it is called the Just Be You Bariatric Awards.
It's so fitting.
It is so fitting. And I'm so excited for it. And nominations are almost over at this point.
No, they're halfway through.
Yeah. So when this episode drops, it's going to be almost done. So you need to go over to oursleevelifepodcast.com and go over to the award show button. If you're on a mobile device, it's 3 little lines that are apparently called the hamburger icon.
Yes, the hamburger button.
Yes. And you click on that, go down to award show, you scroll down a little bit, and then there's the nominations. It's very, very easy. We have all the categories on our Instagram page.
Yeah, it's on our highlight.
And our Facebook page.
Yep.
So you can find those easily. You can write down who you want to nominate for what. You can even skip sections if you don't know who to nominate. Totally doable. Just put NA or I don't know or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, we want everybody in this community to nominate the people that they've had a connection with or have inspired them in a way to keep going or to even have this surgery.
Yeah. And you can nominate yourself if you want to.
You can nominate yourself. If you feel like yourself is somebody you want to nominate,
killing it.
Do it. Yeah. The only thing you cannot do is nominate us.
That's right.
Because we are running the show. It would look weird if we won. I mean, I love any type of trophy. I've actually never won a trophy.
Aw.
So that would be kind of cool.
Someone get Kelly a trophy.
It's fine. Maybe I'll give myself an honorary one at the show. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we are already like midway.
Tickets are on sale.
Because it is an in-person event.
That's right. And they're only $80. And we're in Portland, Oregon, November 12th.
Yep.
So it's after all the things, all the summer activities. It's after all the kids going to school again. Halloween's over.
Yep.
You can come hang out with
right
us
before the holidays.
And Oregon looks beautiful in the fall.
It really
is beautiful.
Does.
It will be cold.
It will be cold.
But it will be beautiful.
It'll be really pretty.
Yeah,
So, and those of you that have
man.
never been to Portland, come on down because it's funky and cool. And there's all these cool little places to go check out. So yeah, it's going to be an outrageous event.
Yeah.
Like that's the only word I can think to describe it is outrageous because we are not having the normal red carpet. We're having a pink carpet. You get to walk it. You get to take pictures. You get to meet other bariatric patients. You get to meet us and we're going to have some cool presenters.
Yeah. You're going to be entertained for 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on how long it takes.
Depending.
But yes, but we're going to have some interlude things. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Only people that go there get to see all those things.
Exactly.
So, we're going to try to go live on all the things, but they might miss out on some
we can't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
So you want to be there November 12th, 7:00 at the Aladdin Theater in Portland, Oregon.
That's right.
Go buy your tickets, go nominate, and then voting goes live August 1st. So be prepared to vote for your favorites.
Yeah. And we're going to do a really cool thing with our patrons.
We are.
They're going to be entered into a raffle. And that's actually the thing that's $5 or higher.
Yes.
I forgot yesterday. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's $5 or higher. You're going to be entered in a raffle. And then if you live in the United States, we are going to pick one of you guys. And you guys are going to we're going to pay for you to come out here, be in Portland with us.
Yes.
You're going to get your flight and hotel all comped and you get to hang out with us and be a part of the show. So become a patron. It's patreon.com/OSLP.
Yep.
And the $7 tier is our favorite because it's the benchies.
Yes.
They're our biggest rock and support group in the world, I swear.
Yeah, they're so amazing. They are so positive and so even today, it feels like everybody's kind of struggling today.
Yeah.
And so I went on there and I just give some positive outlook and love to every single person that's out there. And it's just a very welcoming place to be.
It is. And they offer any type of support. With me going through the Eric stuff, they've been there. They're checking on me. They're asking if I need anything. And vice versa, when they just come out, Holly came out of her surgery, not so good. She's in a lot of fucking pain.
Yep.
She had to go back to the ER.
Yep.
So we know these things about our benchies and we care about them and we try to help support each other as much as we can.
Exactly.
So go over there, do that. And then if you want to watch all the episodes, patrons get them first. They get them 10 days first. Yeah. And then YouTube gets them every Tuesday.
Yes. So you want to go over to YouTube. You want to type in oursleevelifepodcast.com, Our Sleeve Life Podcast.
I'm sure.
And subscribe, hit the little bell. It means more to us than it does you, but please go do it.
Please go do it. That's right. Because the YouTube world is huge and they have lots of bariatric patients there.
They do.
But they just don't know we exist.
Yes.
So the more that you guys subscribe, the further we'll get in that algorithm.
Exactly. So before we go any further, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
So I was looking through Instagram the other day, and you guys, if you've been listening to the episodes lately, it's kind of all about mindset and emotional eating addiction, all of that type of stuff we've kind of been covering. The episode with Michaela is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So excited. We actually, recorded an episode with Jamie, the sleep dietitian too, where we were kind of talking about mindset. So we've kind of been going on this theme.
Right. And by this airs, Tamisha's going to be out. And
that's a really good one.
Oh my God. It's a good one. A lot, again, about mindset and how things happen to us and what we need to do to set ourselves up for success.
Exactly. And if you guys don't know who Tamisha is, she's on Instagram. It's Time for a Change and is her handle. And she is a bariatric patient who is also a therapist.
How cool is that?
It's very cool. And she's just a delightful human being.
She is.
So excited because we're actually meeting her in Dallas, which this will be the week that we are in Dallas.
So we're meeting her
right now. And we're just super excited. We're actually, before we get into what we're talking about, we are going to also be in Dallas in June.
Yeah, right now we're there.
And June 7th, which is today, we're going to be doing a meetup with Jamie.
Yes, we are with the tribe.
We're super excited. So if you're in Dallas and you are hearing this right now, go see if there's any tickets left and come meet us and come hang out. We're going to have tacos.
I know. Who doesn't want to like just meet and eat tacos?
Yeah, tacos, bariatric patients, like
so
hello,
cool.
Kismet.
100%.
Yes. So, but today we're going to talk about physical hunger versus emotional hunger.
Yes.
Because there is a difference.
They're very two different things.
And I didn't realize how big of a difference until I saw the post. Her hashtag or her handle is My Bariatric Dietitian.
Yes.
And I love her page. She has a lot of great information. So if you don't follow her, go follow her right now.
Yeah.
And then she actually goes through the list of what's physical hunger versus emotional hunger. Yeah. And as I was reading it, I was like, oh, I hit every cue for emotional.
Yep.
I emotionally eat pretty much every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know.
Okay.
I know. So I was like reading it and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I do that a lot.
You do that a lot.
I do that a lot. Maybe a couple times a day.
Okay. Well, then let's like, what's on the list?
Okay.
So let's start with emotional and then we'll go into physical and what your hunger cues are.
And you tell me if you do this.
Okay.
Because I want to feel not alone.
I'm sure I do. It's just probably not an everyday occurrence.
Okay. So comes on suddenly.
Yes.
Okay.
Check mark.
Only satisfied with specific foods.
Yes.
Isn't that a huge one?
And that one goes when we travel, because remember when we were walking around, where we're San Diego this last time and we were trying to figure out what we wanted. And I was like, I just want something comforting.
Yeah.
And that's what I was looking for I realized I was emotionally eating because I was like, oh, I'm in a new place, but I do kind of want some comfort food.
We had some stress.
Of course. There's always stress.
There was some stress there.
There was some stress there. So I was like, comfort food.
Yes.
So I get it. Yeah.
The other one is often leads to mindless eating.
Yeah.
Which I do that with sweets. Sweets are a really bad one for me because I try to stop myself, but I'm just like, it tastes so good. I don't really care. I'm just going to eat what I want to eat. And I'm just going to keep going until it's gone. And that is like where you're out of control.
Yep.
My out of control moments are especially when I'm alone.
Mine's worse when I'm together with someone.
Oh, really?
So I do it with Eric all the time. And it's where like if he has, because he's a junk food junkie, we all know this.
Yeah.
So he'll have some of his junk food and then I will be fine until he opens it. And I don't want when he's eating because I hate a lot of the candy he likes.
Yes. Which is good.
It's very good.
It is good.
But then I'm like, oh, I want something.
Yeah.
He's eating.
And
I want to eat.
Over there. And I can just like, and then I do it. No, now that you've said it, Zach does it.
Yeah. And I'll randomly grab his food just to see if I do like it. What I am proud of myself, though, he got these like Airheads. We're in the hospital and Dylan brought in these Airhead spear ones.
Okay.
And I like the Airheads that have like the creamy in the middle.
Okay. You like the cream?
Of course I do. And I took one bite and I ate. I was like, nope. And he's like, yeah, these aren't the greatest. And I was like, I'm not. And I literally told him like, I'm not wasting my sugar intake on that. And I gave it back to him.
That is really good.
Yeah. But then I grabbed I did grab a Built Bar Puff. So that's what I grabbed instead. So I did do something good.
Good.
But yeah, I was like, I'm not going to waste the sugar.
So you added protein
because I knew I wanted sugar. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm just not going to waste it on this Airhead that's gross. Like I wasn't just going to waste my stomach on it, but I knew I was still going to eat sugar. Yeah. And the fact that I had the puff in the room, I was like, thank God that like past Melanie was looking out for future Melanie. Because I had a midday, the peanut butter ones in my backpack and the Built Bar Puff.
Nice.
So I had at least something on me because I knew I was going to have some sort of, I was like, this is emotional all the time. So something's going to happen. I need to prepare pretty well. And so I do that with people. Alone, I really don't. I eat a lot more ice alone, which is interesting. All right. Because I think I'm trying to avoid eating. Oh. And so I'm just eating more ice. And then when there's no one around, I can chomp as loud as I want. Oh. Because just know people that are around me when I'm eating ice, I'm trying to be as light as possible for you because it can't be loud.
It doesn't even bother me.
It can be like, but it feels good.
See, I'm more like when I'm around you, I'm way better.
Ditto.
I'm way better because I'm like, she's going to judge me if I eat this. And I know you won't. You won't. But I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be good. I can be good, which is good that I'm around you a lot because I eat better when I'm around you.
Yep.
When I'm around Zach, I eat horrible.
Yeah,
because
it's the dudes, man.
No, like, he doesn't judge me.
No. Well, and they're not on a journey.
Well,
you
he's supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be, but he's mentally not. So it's easy to just, since he's not, then you're not when you're only with him. Yeah.
But he did say, okay, because I love the white cheddar Cheetos.
Mm-hmm.
And those are something that I will mindlessly eat.
Oh,
because they're white cheddar.
I don't like them, but I understand the feeling.
I love white cheddar.
I'm like that with Ritz crackers.
Yeah. So I'll sit there and I'll like, there was a bag open on the counter and I was like eating it, like, doing work. And then I would like reach over and eat. Yeah. And so it was mindlessly eating. And Zach looked at me and then he told Chloe, he was like, put that bag in the pantry because Kelly will continue to eat those.
Yeah.
And I was like,
thank you.
Thank you for doing that because
I love it when they do that because Eric and Dylan have both done it to me. They're like, I'm going to take this away from you. Thank you.
And I'll tell Zach, I'll be like, you need to take this away from me because I will eat the whole bag.
I'll be like, get this away.
Yeah.
Get this away.
This needs to go over by you because if it's on his side of the bed, I don't eat it.
It's not even that far. But I'm
not going to get up and like walk around and eat it. If it's on my side, I will continue to reach for it all night long.
I mean, I have fucked with Eric once where I literally just leaned over him and just like laid slowly over him to grab something. But that's not an everyday occurrence. So,
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have discovered that mindlessly eating for me, if I have, and we've talked about this, if you have something with protein, it helps. Filling. It's more filling because it's not a slider food.
Right.
Which if you guys don't know what slider foods are, they're foods that dissolve in your mouth.
Yeah. Quickly.
So crackers, chips, chocolate,
ice cream, anything.
All of those are kind of more slider foods because they slide down. And so you're not getting full because it's not a dense protein.
Well, and remember when they told us was like, you want to like there's a certain part of your pouch where all of a sudden you'll feel full.
Yes.
And with slider foods, you just never hit that mark.
Yeah, because it continues to dissolve. Yeah. So then it's like you eat more, but then it goes down. And then you eat more and it goes down. So you can eat a whole bag of something and still have the same size stomach. It's just you're able to fit it in because it's dissolving faster than you can.
And we all know we've all done that trick. Where we're like, I only have to eat a little bit of this and then I can have more. And it's the slider foods and it's 100%. A vicious cycle.
It is. But I have found if I make my protein balls, there are little chocolate chips and stuff in them. So it gives me that sweetness, but it's also packed with protein.
Yeah.
Because you've got your peanut butter, which I know Jamie told us is fat. But it does have some protein in it.
That's good for you.
Yeah. And then I have Devotion protein in it. And then I put the Obvi collagen in it. Okay. So and then it's got the protein oatmeal in it.
Yeah.
So by Kodiak.
Yep.
So it's protein packed. So I eat and I can already feel that my stomach's kind of it was kind of expanding a little bit. I could feel that it was kind of stretching out a little bit. And because I used to be able to eat 3.
Right.
And now I'm eating 1.5 and I'm full.
Nice.
So I'm definitely seeing that.
Now, are you listening? Are you listening more?
I am listening. If I eat the protein balls, I listen.
Okay.
If I'm eating, let's say brownies, I don't listen.
No.
So it's very different, the different foods.
So it's almost like the food that you choose even helps you stay with your mindset.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So if I eat chicken nuggets, I can feel the fullness. Right. I stop when I'm full. I put it away. It's still satisfying to me, but that's a part of emotional eating.
Yes.
Now. So let's go back to the list.
What's the list?
So we talked about mindless eating. So unsatisfied when you're full. And when you're eating slider foods,
you're not satisfied.
You're not satisfied. Or when you have this craving where you just I just want this. You're not satisfied.
Yeah.
You want to keep eating.
Last Saturday, I came home to stay the night. Yeah. And I put together the couch and then me and Dylan ate dinner.
Okay.
But when he left to go see Eric, I ordered Baskin Robbins.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. It's my chocolate chip.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm going to watch my show.
Yep.
I was preparing for it. Right.
Okay.
And then I get it and I eat it, but it was not satisfying.
So you keep eating because you're hoping that you're going to hit that satisfaction.
And I just never did.
Satisfaction?
Yeah. I never fully became satisfied.
Okay.
And then I was at the end of it. I was annoyed with myself because I'm like, I'm not even satisfied by this. Why did I do this to myself?
Which leads to the next one, which is may lead to regret, guilt, and shame.
Oh, so I did that exactly motion.
There's also one in between that, craving you can't get out of your head.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Yeah.
And that was the ice cream thing. I was like, ooh, ooh, I can have it. I can have it later. I can have it later. And just would not leave my brain. So I was like, I'm going to have it so I can leave my brain. But I also got the 2 scoops instead of just having 1 scoop. And then I wasn't even satisfied. And then I was annoyed. As
I'm listening to you, all I'm hearing is I'm having guilt. I'm having shame.
Yep.
Because I shouldn't have had that ice cream.
Yep. Even though I can have the ice cream.
You can have the ice cream. It's okay to have an ice cream.
It's not shameful.
The thing is that when you have the surgery, you are not saying that you're never going to have these foods again.
Right.
And I think that's where we don't talk about it enough.
Right.
Because it's not that you're never going to have these foods. It's not that you're never going to have ice cream or pasta or, a heavy carb meal.
Yeah, whatever it is for
you have the surgery so you can live your life.
Yeah.
You're just needing to learn how to have it in moderation without that guilt and shame.
And not have it because I'm having an emotional situation.
But I think if you set yourself up and say, I know this is an emotional eating. I'm going to have my ice cream because I am going to feel comforted in this moment in time.
Well, I did that and I still felt shitty. And not satisfied because I knew all day that I would once I had the craving, I knew I was going to have it. I was even excited that Dylan was going to be gone. I was so prepared and stoked about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can have this because I didn't eat everything that day was literally on point.
Okay.
So I knew it was going to fit in. It was just I still felt shitty afterwards.
Well, because I think we're programmed to feel bad.
I think so too.
We're 100%. Programmed in our brain over diet culture, disordered eating, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're programmed to feel guilt.
Yeah.
Instead of being, and we talked about it with Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find a place where we're okay that we had that.
Yep.
That we're okay, that it's okay to have a splurge every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
You're not having it 2 scoops every night.
No, it just wasn't satisfying. I think that's what made me so frustrating. I was so frustrated that it didn't satisfy me. I was just what the? I was preparing this for all day, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't even feel good. It didn't even do the thing that I wanted it to do. I wanted it to make me feel good and it didn't make me feel good. So I was frustrated because I'm like, food normally that's what it does for us.
It makes us feel better.
Good, and it didn't do it. So I was like,
well, because the root of you wanting ice cream is because you're going through a lot with Eric.
Yeah, absolutely what it is. It's hey, go ahead and have it.
But the end of the end result, so you have the ice cream, but everything that's still going on with Eric is still going on after the ice cream.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there during the ice cream, after the ice cream. It's not done yet.
It's not. The craving, okay, so this is what my thought process is. The craving wasn't for the ice cream. The craving is for the situation to be done.
Oh, yeah. It was totally, I wanted to be it was self-soothing. I was trying to self-soothe. I was like, I just want to feel good for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch my show and I'm going to eat my ice cream and I'm going to feel good about it.
Yeah.
And then when I was done, I was like, I don't even feel good about it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It didn't even work.
Well, and then it makes you frustrated because you're like, all I want to do is feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, every time that we've eaten foods like that, it makes you feel better.
Makes me feel good.
And you're like, cool, I've got that dopamine hit. I'm really satisfied.
Yeah.
I like my ice cream. But now we've learned more.
Yeah, a lot more.
We know what it is.
And we recorded with Michaela 3 days before that. So that's why in my head I was like, I can have this. This is okay to have. And then
it's totally fine.
And then realizing that just doesn't work anymore for self-soothing. I have to find something else to help me self-soothe. It's not going to be food.
Okay.
Because it didn't work.
Are you starting to come up with ideas of what to use for self-soothing?
No. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe you need to.
Because it's on my mind, but I haven't I don't know how to do them just because of time and stuff.
So maybe we need to talk with somebody about how to self-soothe.
Well, yeah, and that's why I did call a therapist. Even Kelly has too.
I have an appointment.
Yeah, she has an appointment.
Yes.
Mine texted me, so I will be.
Which is so weird.
It felt it felt like
not personal.
Yeah.
Impersonal.
Like it just didn't feel right. It was just like, I called you and I get a text.
Karen's yelling at me.
Karen is yelling at you. Karen is her hydrate bottle. For those that don't know, we love our hydrate bottle. I've been showing it off all the time.
Bitch, get your water.
In the hospital, because everyone's like, what is that thing? So they love it. Yep. They're like, it tells you. I'm like, yeah, it flashes at you. Yep. It talks to you. It gives you like little happy like affirmations.
Yep. Water affirmations. And then it counts it for you. That's what I love, is that I don't have to count my water.
Yeah, like, and Eric's funny. He's like, show them. I'm like, I don't really like, here's the bottle. Like, do you want me to show them the app? Like, what am I like? I go over to Hydrate Spark, OSLP. Like, that's like, I can get you a discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the nurses are all walking around with their tumblers too. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just don't know yet how to self-soothe. And so that's going to be definitely a question
for the therapist.
Awesome. Because even with all the things that we know, I have no idea where to begin with that one.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's another thing for me, is that, and that's why I stuff my emotions down, because I don't know what to do with them when they come out.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I have very strong emotions about the divorce, the dogs, or more than anything.
How could it not?
I mean, you have strong emotions, but instead of me being able to like let them out and like healthily deal with them, which again, I don't know if healthily is a word,
but it is now.
We're going to make it one. I don't know what to do with them. So if I don't know what to do with it, I stuff it down or I eat.
Yep.
And that's where the majority of my regain has happened, because I don't know what to do with those feelings. And so again, that's what we've learned our entire life is let's soothe myself with food.
Right.
So if I have a bad day, I'm going to eat whatever's out there. And I'm going to do it when nobody can see me for the most part. And
it is alone.
It is for me is alone.
Me too. Yeah. It's a lone thing. Like,
because
I'll emotionally eat with someone.
Yeah.
But like when it's mine, it's always alone.
Yeah. I do the same. That's why I eat in the middle of the night.
Yep.
I mean, there's a whole thing coming up.
Yeah.
That we've learned about that.
I told Eric about that shit and he's like, I do all those things. And I go, you and Kelly both. Well, I was like, legit, like the whole time I was like, oh, there's a split here. But it's like Melanie has one that's because we found out that like I have like the biomarkers for addiction.
Yeah.
And then you
psychological.
You guys have the psychological one.
Yeah, we're psychological. You are
on the bio one.
Biological? No, it's another word, but
because it runs the family.
There's two different ones.
There's the DNA,
and me and Eric have a certain set, and you have a certain set,
so
and
crazy.
It makes sense on why we eat the way we do.
Yep,
and it's so crazy. So keep an eye out for that episode.
It's going to be with Connie
Stapleton.
She's fucking bomb. So
this woman is outrageous.
Yes. So it is back to emotional eating.
Okay. So that was the emotional eating.
Okay.
So
yes,
now let's go through
done those.
Physical hunger.
I do have a question real quick before we switch over to physical hunger. But you're saying you do this every day.
I do. So at least one of those markers that's on the emotional eating or emotional hunger, I do that.
Wow.
Because I have so many emotions.
But
that I don't know what to do with, that it comes out every single day.
It comes out every single day, but it comes out differently in food, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's more very situational based for emotional. It has to be like something has had to happen.
But you're a very compartmentalized person.
Yep.
So like you can take a situation and be like, that's going to go over here.
Yep.
These emotions are going to go here.
Yep.
And this is what's going to go here.
I've been trained.
And I am not.
Yeah.
I am a very blended emotional person. So it's like everything's together.
Yeah, it makes sense because I was trained as a young age to never show people my problems, but at home we could cry it out and do those things.
Yeah.
So which makes sense why like the way that I set up everything is like, because the stuff with Eric, like, you know, it hit me in the beginning and then like now I can talk about it just fine because I was able to process and then move it over.
Compartment
in my head, so where I can just do that. Like we've made jokes now, and I can do that. Like I made the joke with you and Zach. Like we're like, read the room, sir. Like, come on.
Yes.
So, but it is interesting because if you don't know how to like process or do that, then it's all intertwined.
Yeah, and I've always been an emotional eater. I didn't know it
right
in the past, but we've kind of over the last couple of weeks, we've really kind of delved into why we're doing the things we're doing. Not just that we're doing it and admitting it out loud, but why? Why are we going for these things?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important question, I think, when it comes to emotional versus physical. I think that's a very big question that you should ask yourself. Why?
Yeah, we should. I'm going to write something down because I just got...
She got a thought, guys. She got a thought. But yeah, I think asking yourself why. So why am I eating this right now? Am I emotional? Is there an emotion that's coming out that I feel can only be fixed by this food?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I definitely do not stop and ask that question.
Yeah.
I do not stop myself and be like, why am I reaching for this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because it's there? Is it because there's an emotion attached to this? Do I think I'm going to feel better after I have it?
You know, and you will. Like, that's something you have to learn over time.
And I think through therapy, I'm definitely going to learn that.
Because I didn't learn that shit till like year 3 and 4.
Yeah,
and you're in that time frame.
I'm in that time frame.
You're in that time frame.
Yeah.
Because you're forced to. Because
I honestly thank the the higher power that created this podcast.
I know, right?
Or let us create this podcast, I should say. Because without this, I don't know if I would be in as healthy of a state. And I am I need help for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would be able to, I don't think it would be as good as it is now, right now.
I agree. I agree for that for both of us too.
Yeah.
Because because the year 3 and 4, if you think about it, we started this podcast when I hit 4.
You were 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was 4 turning into 5.
Yep. And I was 9 months.
Yeah. So like I just went through the whole like learning to stop. Mm-hmm. And process and wait. And I don't know where the fuck I learned that from because I didn't see a therapist.
No, you didn't have any of this.
I didn't have anything. And so the only thing that I did have, Dr. Patterson I only saw once a year. So it wasn't her. But what I do think is that I delved myself into a lot of health podcasts, a lot of things to understand your body chemistry.
Okay.
So I was learning like, this is why you need to do these things so you can get this X result. Because of course my brain's like math, it's like,
it makes
if
sense.
I do 1 and 2, 3 will happen. So it's like, okay. So I just delved myself into all these podcasts that I can listen to. And a lot of it was Joe Rogan. I know like, I'm not a fan. Like I love Joe Rogan.
Okay.
His stand-up's fucking bomb. The way that his podcast has turned, I'm not a huge fan of.
Okay.
But the podcast that I listened to 5-6 years ago was way more raw and more about like the science and all these things. And so I would, when I listened to like some of the professionals on there, then I would go to theirs. Kind of like how Connie has her own podcast. Yeah. I would do the same thing. So like Dr. Rhonda Patrick has her own podcast.
Yeah. Which I know you love.
I fucking love her. And then like now with Answers with Joe, he's a YouTuber, but like also he's a researcher.
Okay.
And he's especially like, he started in film, which is really funny. Yeah. So like he does a bunch of shit that I've learned from him too. And then all the other guests that he's had. So it's like you find your thing and then you start to kind of go down the rabbit hole because sometimes the rabbit hole can really help. And it did for me.
It can.
Because it made me be like, okay, I just can't do these things. And I felt good when I didn't do those things.
Yeah.
I did intermittent fasting for 2 years because it worked for me.
Yeah.
Like it totally did. I was on a regimen and it felt great. And I felt like first year with intermittent fasting because the brain fog was gone again. Yeah. And I love not feeling that brain fog. Mm-hmm. So like, and it made me be like, it's because now I know it's because I wasn't eating like the protein heavy right in the morning. And that's what I needed. And so I was just doing that at 1 o'clock. It was protein heavy at 1. So it made sense of what was going on. But like you really you are what you consume. And I'll keep saying it because you need to be like immerse yourself into the community, immerse yourself into things that will literally help yourself because if we didn't do this podcast, both of us would be in a totally different
I don't know
trajectory. You might have regained completely like because we know the divorce would have still happened. We just don't know, dude, like what the regain would have looked like for you.
Because and I think it happened as much as it did because I kind of pulled back.
Right.
I wasn't as present in what I was doing prior to the divorce.
Right.
I was very in what we were doing. I was very into my journey. And I think at some point after it happened, I was like, it's fine. I can do what I want because I'm in pain.
Right.
And for me, when I'm in pain or emotional pain, can be physical or emotional, I go right towards food because it is comforting. It has always comforted me. And fuck.
What? You're getting teary up?
No, I'm just realizing some things as I'm talking.
Oh,
fuck.
Breaking news. What'd you learn?
That.
What'd you learn, Kyle?
When I was in chronic pain before I had surgery, I ate because I had no control over my body.
Right.
So the only thing I could control was my food.
Yep.
So lo and behold, when I'm going through a divorce that I have no control in, what am I doing?
The exact same thing.
Grabbing food because that's what I have control over.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling sad about my dogs, guess what? I have no control over that. So what am I doing? I'm going towards food because I can control what I'm eating.
Yeah, we, as human beings, we like to control things.
I'm literally repeating my actions.
Yeah, you're in the cycle. So you have to, that's why therapy breaks the cycle. It teaches you how.
I just realized that I'm legit doing the exact same thing I did before surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no control.
Okay. You didn't know.
I have no control. So what am I doing? I'm going towards food that I can control what I put in my body.
Right. And you just have to shift the mindset of what you can control. Because for me was like, oh, but you know what I can't control? I can control myself going to work out. Because back then I was going all the fucking time.
Yeah. And
I still had to deal with fucking drama and trauma and whatever. Just never something like this before.
No.
This is completely different.
This is crazy.
But yeah, like you have to just switch the control. Like what do you want to control?
Yeah.
Is going to be the new thing for you.
Yeah.
It's just like getting there.
Well, but right after surgery, I was totally cool with the control being of I'm controlling my journey. I'm controlling what I put in my body. I'm controlling like that I'm choosing these healthy options versus eating crap.
Right.
God damn it.
Well, that's why we do these because like legit, like the podcast has helped both of us because like it just reaffirms everything and it makes you accountable and it makes you like see it right there in your face. And that's what helped me stay on my maintaining stage.
Yep.
Like I didn't fall off because we're in this shit every day, single day. Yep. We see it every single day. Yep. So it's kind of like, how do you not, you know?
Yep.
So it's like, that's the key. Just don't lose track of your community.
No, don't
stay in the community.
And understand that if you're having emotional problems, it is totally 100% okay to go talk to somebody.
Yes, please do.
Go, because I've fought it for, we're coming up on a year since I've been divorced. So it's been like a year and a half, pretty much, that I've been going through this. I've been fighting it the entire time. I did see a therapist right after the divorce for probably about a month.
Yeah, you saw like 3 sessions or something like that?
I think it was 3 or 4, yeah. But I've been fighting it because I don't want to think about the emotions. I don't want to think about where I'm at emotionally because I am.
Because you know that you just don't want to admit it to yourself.
I don't want to talk about it. I want to shove it down because, that's a safe space. Let's just shove it on down. We don't think about those things. And that's not healthy because that's why I'm doing the whole thing of emotional eating.
Yeah.
Because I'm shoving those emotions down. And so what do you do with them? You eat to cover it up and it just kind of shoves it down a little bit further.
What stress does to your body though, like when you're shoving it down and not expressing it, what it does to your body is
stress
insane.
Can cause you to gain weight also because you're stressing about everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And with your autoimmune diseases, it's probably hurting your joints. And your water retention and all the things.
There's a whole thing.
There's a whole thing, guys.
Thing attached to that. Yep. There's a whole bunch of bullshit is what it is. So let's
physical.
On to physical hunger.
Yes.
So physical hunger comes on gradually.
Yeah.
So you'll be like, hey, I think I'm getting a little hungry. Okay. All right. All right. And then you're going to feel it come on a little bit more. It's not going to be like, boom, I need this.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the difference is it's going to be like, okay, I need to start thinking about lunch. Okay, what am I going to have for lunch? Okay. Or if you already prepped, like, okay, I have it in the fridge. I'll take, like, kind of start thinking about heating it up or grabbing it. Like, whatever.
Look at what you're doing. You're being mindful.
You're being mindful. You're thinking about what you're going to do.
Because it's coming on gradually.
Yeah. Instead of boom, I'm hungry. I want brownies.
Yeah.
Like that is a full, I'm using brownies because Chloe made brownies the other day and they've been sitting on the stove and every time I walk by, I have a little bit of it.
Yep.
So that's where all of this is coming from. So yeah.
At least it's not gone.
Yeah. Chloe, stop. Oh, it's almost gone. Chloe, stop making brownies, please. They're delicious, but yeah.
But stop it.
And then satisfied with a variety of foods, which I think is very pivotal because you could say, like, okay, I'll be satisfied whether I have some chicken nuggets for lunch, which I'm going towards the Just Bare chicken nuggets. They're like chicken chunks.
They're delicious.
I don't like the word chunk. It makes me think of barfing.
No, I mean, it kind of sounds like
right?
It. Yeah.
So they're like chicken things.
Little chicken tenders.
Little chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And cubed chicken. I like that. And they're lightly breaded. They're a lot like Chick-fil-A. And I really... Like, we both love them.
Yeah.
I pick them up every time I go to Costco. Yeah. And they're really easy to eat. I pair it with some ranch. We're good to go.
Done deal.
I can have 5 or 6 and then I'm done. And it's solid chicken protein. Like, it's solid protein. So it's going to fill you up.
And it's being heated up in the air fryer too.
Yeah.
So that's even better.
Yeah. So 9 minutes, you're done. Because that's my biggest thing is I snack while I'm waiting for my food also.
You're not supposed to do that.
I know.
I mean, if you're a chef tasting your food, that's different than snacking.
Oh, I'm snacking.
Yeah.
I'm full on
snacking.
Yeah. Generally more aware when eating, which we can both, because you sit there and you like take your bite and then you put your fork and knife down. Yeah. And then you think about it. You're not just like shoveling the food into your mouth.
You kind of like, I know what I'll do for time wise too. I'll be like, okay, like around 2:00, that I'm going to eat that. That's going to be like my snack at 2.
Yeah.
So I'm already like, very mindful.
Yeah.
Timing it out, thinking about it. It is way different.
It is completely different. And then you're satisfied when you're full.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I'm going to use the chicken as another example. We were eating it yesterday because we were putting Mel's living room together, which looks fantastic.
Fucking fantastic.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And we were eating chicken and standing and talking. And it was like, I didn't feel that like you need to roll me out of here.
Right. Yeah.
But I still want more.
Right.
It was okay, I've had 4. Cool. I'm good.
Right.
I don't feel hungry. I'm good.
It was very satisfying because I was like, because after that I went to the hospital and I wasn't like hungry.
You weren't like raging for hunger. Like it was just like a very like, I'm settled.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm settled. Good. I'll be good until dinner time.
Yeah.
But then I snacked with him because he was snacking, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like that with the real good foods, the stuffed chicken with the bacon wrapped stuffed chicken.
Yeah, that thing you gave me.
It's so good.
Fucking bomb.
It's so good. And you just have a little bit of ranch and it's
I
just
need to
like,
buy
it's
those
so good.
too.
Yeah. Well, they come in a huge pack of them.
Yeah. Is that at Costco? So now you're going to have to pick up both of those for me.
If I go tonight, I will get you some.
So. Thank you. I need the nuggies.
And it's easy. You throw it in the air fryer and it's like, I think I set it for 19 minutes last time and it was perfect. So,
well, and what I like about the air fryer, what I'm noticing, and guys, it's because I haven't had also a microwave in like 5 or 6
so
years.
Weird.
Yeah, it'll be like 7 years now that we have not had a microwave. And so when the air fryer is like a microwave basically, but it's way better. Yeah. And the time, I love that if I can be like, okay, in 15 minutes it's going to be done. So I can get a bunch of stuff that I need done.
Yep.
I can prep like, and I know it annoys Eric and he helps sometimes too. Cause I'll be like, hey, I want to get my drink in the room. I'll make sure I've already smoked. I like lock the front door and I get my drink ready. And it's like, I need that prep time. And I go to the bathroom.
That's why you don't snack because you have a plan.
I do have a plan.
Like, okay, I'm going to go and do this and this and this. It should take out right about the time that it's done. And then I'm going to go eat.
Yep. That's exactly.
And I stand and like watch.
Like it's going to go faster.
Yep. And then I'm snacking while I'm waiting for my food to cook. So I really need to start doing that. Like, okay, I'm going to put this in and then I'm going to do A, B, and C. And then I'll come back, I'll grab my food and then I'll eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think that would be a better mindset for me.
Well, because the boys like it where like when food's done, we're together.
Yeah.
And we're eating together.
Yeah.
And I do have all these little things I want done before I actually like sit.
Yeah.
Because everybody can probably like vouch for this. Like when you're sitting, you're like, I don't want to fucking get up for a while.
No.
Like, so all the things need to be fucking done. So whether that's me going to the bathroom or me getting a drink or having a napkin ready, like just, I don't want to have to get up.
Yep.
So it does take me a good 15 minutes. And so it's
Apparently
perfect timing for air fryer.
Yeah, I need to start doing that because I use Zach's air fryer all the time. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, I either have chicken nuggets or the Real Good Food. Like those are my go-tos for lunch.
Oh, and that's a perfect protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's packed protein no matter which way you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I make my ranch, I throw it in the fridge, and then it's there for the week. And I'm actually, when I leave here, I think I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get all of the snack foods that I like to have because I bought them. At one point I bought them and I brought them to my house. I don't really live. I live in my house. I just really don't go there very often. And so it makes more sense for me to buy them and have them at Zach's house. In the beginning, I was like, is it allowed for me to keep food at your house? Like,
you're so funny.
I don't know. Like, it's so weird. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So then I have all the foods that I need to stay on point. And then if I have some like snap peas while I'm waiting for my chicken to cook,
it's not a problem.
That's not a big deal. No. And
who doesn't like snap peas? Yeah. They're so fucking good.
Yeah.
Especially with the ranch that we make.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Or Honeycrisp apples with peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect snack.
Yeah. Totally.
I can cut those up, have them ready, just eat away.
Was there any more on that list? Because I was going to bring up food cues.
Yes. So let's finish this list out. Okay. So growing or pain in your stomach. So when it's a emotional hunger, you're not going to feel that physical hunger.
Yeah.
And for a lot of us, you're probably not going to feel that for at least a year post-op. Yeah. I think I was right around a year and a half when mine started coming back. And it's like really apparent that I'm hungry when that happens.
Oh, it's instant.
Like I haven't eaten in like a while.
And those are actually what the gurgles do for me. Like I feel like I'm getting like the growling instead of like
throat,
in my throat instead of like in my normal area.
Yeah. I definitely get it in my stomach. My gurgles are from drinking too quickly.
Oh, that's funny. We get gurgles for different reasons.
Yeah, exactly. And then last one is unlikely to lead to guilt or shame. Yep. And that's exactly what it is. Because if I have the 2 chicken meals that I just told you guys about, I don't feel guilty or shameful for eating those because I know they're packed with protein.
Yep.
And I did something that was really good for myself. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm eating an entire tray of brownies, which obviously I can't do that, but that's going to lead to guilt or shame because I know that has no protein in it.
Exactly.
It's fat and sugar and carbs, and it's not doing any good for my system.
Right. Because yesterday we had the chicken. And then I had a peanut butter cup. The to-go cup.
Yep.
And that was it. And I had my water. And then when I got to when I was leaving, I was like, I feel good. Yeah. Like I feel satisfied. Mm-hmm. I don't feel bad about anything that we ate today. Like everything was like, I had the egg bites in the morning, had that for lunch. I'm like, I'm going to have steak for dinner. We're fine. I was like, this is easy. Like I had no problem. I didn't feel bad.
Yeah. You didn't feel that guilt or shame.
Shitty. Yeah.
That you feel when you eat foods that are a little bit more splurgy.
Yeah.
So I like that word.
Splurgy.
So those are the differences between emotional and physical hunger.
Yeah. And I know for me, I was, cause Michaela talks about hunger cues and I forgot to ask her what her hunger cues are.
Okay.
But so I wanted to look it up because hunger cues are going to be different for everybody, but here's a good baseline. So the stomach growling, that is still going to be there.
Yep.
After a year, like I said, mine's in my throat. Kelly's is actually in her tummy.
In my stomach. Yeah.
So it's going to be different from everybody. Then low energy. So when you start feeling like, oh, why do I feel so tired all of a sudden? Yeah. Oh, you might need protein.
You
need or just some sort of food. You need something in your body.
You need some sustenance for your system.
Because again, guys, we can't run on empty as much as we like to think we can.
Yes.
Because we can for a bit, but it's not top
Our
notch.
systems are not meant to run on empty.
No, I'm learning that a lot with how for Eric's recovery, what your body physically needs to recover. Mm-hmm. And it's all the same normal stuff. It's just we like to act like in a day we don't need that stuff to function, which doesn't make sense.
No, it's not. And we need to have those things.
And it's because, you're not going to die right away from not having those things. But you start feeling these things like the low energy, the shakiness is one of them, headaches, problems focusing. So and that's where we get the whole we feel stupid.
Yeah.
Because we're we can't focus. We're so foggy. We have low energy. What the fuck? I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to
We both need to eat something.
Yeah, when our words can't come out correctly, that's when you're like, yes, food now, please.
Yep.
I cannot wait much longer because this is especially when you notice it.
Yeah.
It feels like it ramps up.
It
right?
does.
Like once you know,
Yes.
you're like, fuck, food. And then you start getting like more anxious. At least I do.
I don't feel anxious. I'm just like, I get not, what would you call it? Impatient.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, as soon as I know I need to eat, I want to eat. I don't want to have to wait for my food. Like I just want to eat it and get it over with.
Yep.
And so I don't get the like anxiety. I'm just like impatient to the max.
I think I get it from the fam bam because they'll be like, you can just wait. Cause they'll be like, we're going to eat in like an hour or two. Like you can just wait. And it's like, no, I can't.
I need to eat now.
I can't wait right now.
Yeah.
And so they'll be like, oh, you're just like not gonna be able to eat later. I'm like, no, do you guys forget who I am? Like a bariatric patient can eat in 2 hours.
Yes.
But I also need to eat almost every
2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Some people say 3 to 4, depending on your dietitian. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need food in a couple hours anyway.
Yeah.
So don't you worry about my appetite. It will be fine. And it's not something I need big anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like Michaela talks about having like just a couple little items together.
Yeah.
Like pair it with things. So you feel like you're having a full meal, even though you're really not.
Yes. Because that was one of her tips was if you want the, say, Oreo. Let's go with Oreos. Let's pick on Oreos right now. If you want a couple Oreos, you need to eat it with a meal.
Yeah, you need to pair it with something.
Yes.
Yeah, it can't be by itself.
So if you have your Just Bear chicken cube chicken. There we go. Jesus.
Eventually
we'll get there. And then you have like a side of the snap peas with ranch.
Yeah.
So you've got a full meal right there. As a bariatric patient, that's a full meal. So if you want to have those Oreos, you pair it with those two things. So then you're like, yeah, I had some Oreos, but I also had my protein and I had some vegetables to go with it.
And if you have the protein first and then you have the snap peas, you might only have just one now.
One Oreo instead of having 2 or 3.
2 or 3 or the whole sleeve.
Or the whole sleeve, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, because we've all been there.
We have all been there, definitely.
So yeah, pair it. Like it's a trick and it's an easy trick that you can do.
Yeah.
Like it's very feasible.
Yes.
So like I definitely recommend doing that.
Yeah, because I mean 9 times out of 10, I don't finish my whole plate. So
not anymore. And Dylan said something that obviously that me and you and this podcast has been like helping with.
Okay.
Because at the hospital, you know, you can't like there's no fridge.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Yeah.
So you either eat it all or you just have to deal with it like half of it going away or you'll just eat cold weird food later.
Yeah.
So and Dylan had a hamburger.
Okay.
And he ate like maybe a quarter of it.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, like if you don't want to finish that, that's fine. Like I'll try to wrap it up and keep it as good as I can.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I don't need to, just because it's on my plate, I don't have to finish it.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I was like, in our world, you have to finish your plate.
Yeah.
That's what we've been taught.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, this is working.
What you're teaching him is working. It's getting through.
It's getting through. It's like, yeah, you don't have to finish it. And he goes, I don't have to finish that right now. He goes, I don't have to finish that later if I don't want to. And I was like, yes, I love you.
Just because it's there doesn't mean that you have to eat it.
Exactly.
Even if you have leftovers and you put them in the fridge intending to eat them later, you still don't have to eat them.
No. And you don't have to feel bad about it either.
No, because you still got, like, so say you order food, like he had a hamburger.
Yeah.
Like you already had, you got fulfilled by what you ordered it for.
Exactly.
So if you don't eat it later and you end up throwing it away, it still did its purpose.
Yeah, it literally did its purpose.
Yeah.
Like you got full and like it literally the nutrients helped you, the minerals helped you. It did its thing.
Yeah.
So it's
okay. It's okay to not eat everything.
Yeah, you don't have to. I think that's a new way of looking at things. And obviously, guys, if you keep talking about it with your family and friends, it will click.
It will.
It will. It's just don't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Because obviously with a 16-year-old boy, it clicked.
Yeah.
And normally 16-year-olds are no, that doesn't work.
So for everybody that has younger kids, keep talking about it.
Keep talking about it. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Say
you need to have conversations. Well, and I think that's another thing that, I mean, doesn't really have to do with hunger or anything. But in this world that we live in, we are constantly stigmatized and made to feel bad if we are regaining or emotionally eating, because the surgery was supposed to fix it, right?
Or even talk about food. You ever notice that? Like people get kind of weird when people start talking about like if not about like cooking food because everyone loves that part, but like if we talk anything about like good and bad about food, people kind of like butt puckers up. Like they get a little freaked out. They're just like, I don't know what to say because everyone's afraid they're gonna like offend each other. Yeah, and it's like no, just talk about it.
Well, and that's the point of me bringing this up is that we don't talk about regain. Because the thing is that we're already stigmatized for having the surgery. Yeah. So if somebody says like, hey, I've regained 40 pounds or, you know, in my instance, 60 from my lowest, you know, we're thinking, oh, like they'll think we failed. Right. Well, then they're correct. Mm-hmm. Then they're real. And all the things that they said about me gaining all my weight back or that this person had surgery and it didn't work. Yeah. That's all going to become true.
Right. You become that statistic for them.
But the thing is that by talking about it and saying, well, yeah, I gained 60 pounds, but I still fight every day for my journey.
Yeah. And you're like, I still lost so much weight.
And I still lost, you know, this amount of weight. Yeah. Like, I can feel that because I didn't want to talk about it. Right. I didn't want to admit to myself or anybody else because then I was a failure. Right.
Well, and if you talk about it, then it's real.
And then it's real. So I think that was the biggest thing that I've taken from like being in this community and stuff is that it's okay to talk about it. It's okay that you've regained. Yeah. Like it's not a bad word. Regain's not a bad word. Right. And so it's okay to say, yes, I had surgery. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've regained a little bit, but it's okay because I'm still fighting.
Yeah, it's like it's not over just because you've regained.
No, you can, and that doesn't like you can regain 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 50 pounds, 200 pounds. You can regain any amount and be like, I've regained.
Yeah, it happened.
And it's okay because the more I talk about it, the more people are going to hear that it's like, that's not the end of my journey.
Well, and it's almost like a fresh breath of air when you hear someone talk about it. Because you're like, yes, thank you.
Thank you. Like, I don't feel so alone.
Yeah, because we all go through that.
Well,
we all go through it.
We all go through it. And like even somebody in the benchies today was saying how the scale hasn't moved in a couple months and that they were feeling like failures. Right. Like a failure. And it's like, dude, look back. Yeah. See where your life was before you had surgery and see where your life is now. Mm-hmm. Just because, and I literally said the scale does not define you and it does not define how far you've come.
No, it does not.
So just because you have not lost anything in 3 months does not define your journey.
Right.
Oh, I just got chills. That was really good.
You did good.
Yeah. I love it when that happens.
But it's so true.
It is true.
You're speaking the truth. Yeah. And that's what we need is just us being way more open and talking about it.
And talking about this emotional eating, regain, all of those things that you don't really want to think about because you're like, no, I did this surgery, so I was cured.
Right?
Well, I was cured, right?
And and you've helped with that too, with like being more open because like when we were in San Diego, like we're telling people like, why are you here? We're podcasters. What is the podcast about? And we're both freely open talking about it. And I think I told a few people like, yeah, I'm a food addict. Had no idea. Yeah. You know, but now I know. And that's the deal is like, they need to hear that because like one of them or a family member could be going through it. Mm. And now they're seeing like just regular Joe Smo. Like we just talk about it.
Yep. Or they could say like, oh yeah, I met these two girls. They do a podcast all about weight loss surgery. And it could be to somebody who's like, what? Yep. That's an option? Yep. Yes. It's an option. It's an option and it's a great option. And I'm not saying that's the only option because there are other ways to become healthier. Right. But for some people that feel like they have tried everything and they're not going anywhere, this is a really cool option.
It is. And we learned from Dr. Eric, like the statistics aren't great for when they just tell you food and exercise.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. At all. It's like less than 1%.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's pretty incredible the difference between just diet and exercise compared to weight loss surgery.
Well, and I think it's because they've focused on that for so long. Like that doesn't work because also what we've learned with the journey, you need your mind too.
Well, and that's why I think that's such a huge key point that we didn't really go into a whole lot with Dr. Eric was that yes, diet and exercise work for that less than 1%. Right. They lose the weight, they keep it off, and they're in the great mindset. Yeah. But we don't know. Did they do therapy through it?
Exactly.
Did they talk about it? Did they worked through it as they were going through the journey. So now their mindset is completely different, and where they can control their emotional eating versus physical.
Right. And is it the whole family that's helping, or is it just yourself that's struggling?
Yeah. Because that plays a huge part also.
Yeah. Do you have a support system?
Yeah.
Like there is a reason why you, as a bariatric patient, we need all these things. And it's not just us that need it. It's the everyday person needs that support structure too.
Yes.
And that's probably why that percentage is so low for like actually working, because they're still only focusing on food and exercise.
Exactly.
And we
it's
all
not
know it's so much more than that.
There's such a huge component of getting therapy and figuring out, why are we eating this? Why are we going towards emotional eating? Why are these things happening?
Right.
And then once you figured out that component, the whatever route you take versus, weight loss surgery, doing a diet and exercise, then it starts working. It starts clicking.
Yes.
Because you've done the work. And some people can do the work, do diet and exercise, and it could still not work.
Yeah.
And that's when you go to weight loss surgery. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, because a lot of us did that.
Yeah, because you're still working on your mindset at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Of why did I get to this point?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Well, and just asking the question means that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
I think that's all the things,
I think that's
guys.
all we got. I did a lot of rants today, and I'm kind of good with that.
I love it.
Good with that.
I love your rants.
Missed
these
talking, just the two of us.
Me too. These are my favorite.
They are. They really are. Well, because we get to really delve into, and we do learn a lot from interviews, and I love every person that we've interviewed. Like,
oh, there's not even one that's a problem. I think for me, it's like when it's just me and you, I'm not worried about like cutting someone off.
You do, because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, like we'll cut each other off and get our point in. Like I'm not going to interrupt, one of our professionals because, and then I'll lose what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And and when it's us, we can just say it.
We can just say it and get it out there, and we can even, make some breakthroughs. I mean, I feel like I've had more breakthroughs in the last 2 weeks of my process than I have like the last 2 years of recording.
It's interesting that like, you're right. The whole, like the universe just gives you what you need, because the people we've interviewed for these last 2 weeks have been tremendously helpful for me.
They really,
and for
really
both
have.
of us. And it's like, how did the timing all happen like this? It's so
because
fucking
if
weird.
You think about it, we started working with Jamie. We were part of the tribe. And then her summer shred happened, which I am like full all in. Like I got my book. It's all bound together. I like ordered it. I was like, I don't give a shit what it costs. Like I need this in my life. So I've been like having all of those things. And then it was like, okay, so we talked to her. I'm doing the support groups. We're doing all of that. And then we had Michaela on.
Started with Michaela.
And then we had Tamisha on.
And then we had
Then we had Connie on. And we had Jamie back on, which that's coming at you very soon. And then it was like, oh, like we really needed this.
Yeah.
Like this type of interviews at this moment in time.
Yeah, we totally did.
Because we have to work on our mindset, and we work on it. But I think this has been way like deeper into our mindset and why we were doing the things that we're doing.
Well, because it actually like opened up our eyes.
It did.
About what we were doing and why we were doing it.
Yeah, I almost started crying on Michaela's.
I know.
I like it hit me in the feelers pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Connie, there was a breakthrough.
Yep.
There was a breakthrough with Tamisha. There was also a breakthrough today. So it's like, I feel like between this podcast and me starting therapy, I think I'm going to be okay.
No, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I think I'm going to work my way through it. And I think I'm going to be way better off having done this work. And like, yes, I wish I would have done it at the beginning, because then possibly I might have regained as much. But I feel like having regain is just a part of life.
It's just part of your journey. You needed a regain for you to be where you're at today.
Yeah. And to know.
To know and to do the work to get you back to where you want to be. And I can
relate to a lot of you that have had regain, that you're struggling with it, because damn, regain's a fucking bitch. I hate it.
It's a mind fuck.
It is. It is. And like I even told Mel today, I went in and got my first DMV picture post weight loss surgery.
So cool.
And I was like, oh no, I'm not going to see a difference. Oh no, I'm not going to see a difference.
And she said, I was like, are you fucking crazy, girlfriend?
And then I saw it side by side and I was like, oh, there's a huge fucking difference. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Only thing that's not different is literally how you smile. It's the exact same in both photos.
Well, and what's funny is like my picture on my license was not my highest.
No.
And my picture that I took today was not my lowest.
No. It's just you.
So think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they're still different.
It's still different. It still made a huge difference in my life. So it does not matter if I'm at my lowest, my highest, in between. You're good. You're still working for it. So
I love it. All right.
Well,
guys,
don't forget.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to do the same thing. Don't forget.
Go to the oursleevelifepodcast.com, nominate your favorites. Then get ready for voting.
And buy your tickets.
Go buy your ticket. Come see us. We are doing this for you guys. And we need all of you there so we can celebrate the entire community.
That's right.
And don't forget to start looking at dresses because I already got some delivered. And I think I found a favorite.
Oh, she's found a few.
And Mel tried on one and she looks fucking bomb in it. Yeah. I actually bought it for me. And then I was like, nope, this is more of a Mel dress. I must have just like picked this out for you and not even realized it.
See, the universe just knew.
Exactly. So start picking out dresses, ways to dress up because we want everybody to be them. And
for reals, it's Just Be You award show, guys. Do that. Go on to YouTube so you can watch all the things.
Go to patreon.com/OSLP and join us. Join us wherever we are. We want you joined in. And even if you have not, like I said, I'm going to say it one more time. Even if you are just thinking about surgery or pre-op, post-op, 5 years out, 12 years out, 20 years out. It doesn't matter. We want to celebrate everybody. Mm-hmm. And so don't you worry. We are welcoming to anybody.
That's right.
Literally anybody. As long as you're not an asshole, we will love you. So
I love it.
We're good. All right. Well, we love you guys and we will see you next time. Bye.